Thanks. Ken Delanian from the Associated Press. Director Brennan, do you agree with President Obama's statement that the CIA, in common parlance, tortured detainees? And then secondly, Senator Udall gave an impassioned speech on the Senate floor yesterday about something called the Panetta Review, which he called a smoking gun that he says proves the CIA is continuing to lie about this program. And he said that's a document prepared by CIA insiders. I know you disagree with this characterization, but why not release the Panetta Review so that we can all be the judge of that?
First of all, I certainly agree that there were times when CIA officers exceeded the policy guidance that was given and the authorized techniques that were approved and determined to be lawful. They went outside of the bounds in terms of their actions as part of that interrogation process. And they were harsh. As I said, in some instances, I consider them abhorrent, and I will leave to others how they might want to label those activities. But for me, it was something that is certainly regrettable, but we are not a perfect institution. We're made up of individuals, and as human beings, we are imperfect beings. But as I think we have acknowledged over the years, we have brought those mistakes, shortcomings, and excesses to the attention of the appropriate authorities, whether it be to our Inspector General, to the Department of Justice, and others. As you well know, the Department of Justice looked at this for many years and decided that there was no prosecutable crimes there. As far as the so-called Panetta Review, I believe this is in reference to an internal document created here at the agency, when in the interest of trying to fulfill our responsibility to the Oversight Committee, Leon Panetta had authorized the release of, as I mentioned, over 1 million documents to the committee. And so he also asked at that time that there be an inventory pulled together of exactly what documents were provided. This was an internal document that was never completed, and it's one that I believe is an internal deliberative document, and therefore something that was not subject to the committee's oversight. In addition, it was outside of the scope of the period of time that was covered by the agreement that was worked between Senator Feinstein and Leon Panetta about the documents that would be provided to the committee. It was subsequent to that.